And I really want that maiming strike. And unknown. So while we wait for it to resurface again, we might be able to do some mission like this. Which might be enough to make us reach the required reputation amount to get the... what do you call it? Sancti Magistar in this session. And what do I actually want to sell here? I think I need to sell weapon and a sentinel, so let's sell this because only Helios can use it. And let's sell Jin because I'm not using Jin. So I think this one requires 2 slots. Let's confirm if I was wasteful. Now it did come with a Artax. So this is a Glaxion variant, I guess. Molecular conversion and retarget. Okay, so this is the shield recharging ability. This is the aggressive behavior ability. Do our stuff here, we might be able to pull this off. Oh, it now says how much it replenishes. That's nice. So do I want to have that or retarget? I mean Guardian. Region or Guardian. This will probably be more useful at this time because it's already replenishing our shields with its attack. But this allows it to survive and gather XP wins for a longer period. But I also have Mediray. Oh, we'll install it later. And our attacks is probably a rifle type. Yeah, it's a rifle type. So it's... yeah, 100 magazine and damage is low, so it's definitely a beam type weapon. You can actually equip this on it. Might make it interesting, definitely. But I'm not sure if it's going to be scoring many kills in the missions. Especially with that low crit chance and status chance. So what should I go for? It's inherently cold, so it would make viral, blast and magnetic, which are not very good types. Usually viral maybe. It might actually allow it to make some kills. Usually for beam weapons you probably want the multi-shot and just increase damage. Let's be different, let's install combustion beam. Then we have 8 points left. put in serration of 7. That's actually 60% damage, while this would also be 60% damage, so we can actually do this, but we can't because we're using Simulor. Okay, so that plan's out the window. But otherwise it would have been better choice. So let's put the serration back in. If I can find it. And do we have anything that we can equip here now? There hasn't been a single, well, tactical alert that I'd been interested in running that would have awarded us this Traitor's emblem. It's a shame. So, did I have any other items that I wanted to take? Oh yes, the limbo thingy. Might as well. Well, actually, I'm not sure if I allowed it to show on camera what Odyssey says when you get back to your ship while the chassis is ready. So let's make sure that we see that message by returning back to our ship. And now he's starting the final part. That was it. So now that we take the limbo piece, let's talk more. And that was the quest. So Limbo is a well, magician type. It says it right here. It manipulates planes. That's to say the rift plane mainly. Which is something like the ethereal or astral plane, I suppose. That it cannot directly interact with the corporeal world and vice versa. Basically what the mechanism is that when someone is in the rift plane, it's immune to damage from outside the rift plane, but not for damage that comes within the rift plane, nor is it immune to Warframe abilities or similar stuff that can affect the other plane. And you cannot pick up stuff when you're in the rift plane if this stuff is in the corporeal plane, or even if it's in the rift plane as well. And you cannot really interact with terminals when you're in the rift either. But you can and do regenerate energy 2 points per second. And the Limbo has abilities that manipulate who is in the rift plane and who is not. And it's very good in some situations and very trolly in others. Because you can exit the rift plane when you
a new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
Are placed in it because of how well they added a thing. So when you make a forward roll or a back handstand flip, you exit the rift plane back into the normal world. Because some limbo players used to troll rest of the squad by banishing them constantly into the rift plane, and the poor players didn't know how it worked. So they were a bit troubled. It's one of the trickier warframes to really learn to use well, because it involves your squad members knowing what limbo can do. But you can use it, for example, to walk through spy vault lasers. You can make the rescue target invincible to damage. You can cause an area rift to protect defense targets from damage that comes from outside the bubble and stuff. And there's this interesting build that I learned, which involves using corrupt mods to lower your power duration to be as low as possible with the use of maxed out fleeting expertise and transient fortitude mods. That makes the cataclysm ability only last for a few seconds. And that pretty much turns it into a nuking ability. Because anyone entering and exiting the rift plane if they're hostile take blast damage. I think the sum was somewhere around 500. 500 to 800. So that's basically taken twice during one rifting. So it's slightly more powerful than most area blasts, which tend to do only 1000 base damage. And you can pretty much spam it constantly. It only costs 25 energy to use when you use the maxed out fleeting abilities and stuff. And with power range mods equipped as well, the range is pretty damn huge. But it might require the use of a energy trinity with you to keep you filled up. Yeah, it's also nice to have the new Sentinel with us because of the vacuum.
Get more difficult. Get to a terminal and prepare for enemy resistance.
Don't shoot me, I'm invincible. No, invisible. So this wasn't the direction we were supposed to head. Not sure who the invader was, saying that mysterious ergo glass implies that it might have something to do with the quest that I haven't completed yet, so I don't really know. I'm ignorant. I really need to start paying more attention to my Sentinel's attack, because it looks like it's shooting 5 beams and not 1. So I'm wondering what it actually does with its 5 beams. Does it target an area or individual targets, or what the deal is?
Still working on it. Continue to defend it. The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission complete.
I'm actually still using Broken War. I probably should have changed to Redeemer.
Another job well executed.
Oh, we get a pretty decent amount of oxygen as well. Can't really complain about that, and this one got a huge amount of starting experience, which is nice as well. We might be able to reach Master Rank 18 this month. How much do we have? Well, we're still missing a bit. So yeah, I was thinking about this exterminate mission. Might want to run it. I don't really need to. I'm going to solo it, so might as well save the Maradetron leveling for later. It's not really going to be gaining any experience when I solo things with the Redeemer. But yeah, when I run low or
Eliminate all
out of
purpose threats.
disk space, I'll probably
Will you
continue
help us,
playing.
General? And our cause?
Try to get that maiming strike mod from Violence, even if I'm unable to record my progress. As well break the glass if I'm able to. Synoid Simulator might break it. No? Oh, that's a shame.
Watch yourself. The alarms have attracted.
Guess we're getting birds spawning because of the alarm. Oh, mod. So let's now try that thing where we get that to happen while we have focus power up on. Should give us a nice amount of generic focus. Do a combo wombo like that. The 130 game. Of course, if I were to tell you to completely not do anything, I might be able to score a bit more of the stealth kills. Maybe would be able to make that multiplier grow as well. a bit regrettable that I'm not really using that hushed invisibility augment or the low key. Well, damn. I had hoped that there'd be more enemies on this side to kill. But it does not look like that's the case. Zero focus sound. So is this just a dead end thing? Maybe. Yeah. I did see that the barrel was about to, well, be destroyed when I tried to shoot Redeemer from that location, but I decided to do it regardless. But I'm really wondering, why is it the Corpus that's so obsessed with placing liquid nitrogen barrels or whatever those are supposed to be in plain sight and in, well, in every corner. Well, that's a shame. My sentinel did a thing that alerted the enemies to my presence, maybe? Probably. Likely. Well, they do seem to get frustrated. The enemies, I mean, when you kill someone next to them, so it's a thing as well. Well, this mission has taken so long already. I might be missing on some violence kills. Can I get both of them with one shot? Maybe. That's how you do it. And they were of course the last units in this mission, so I can't really capitalize on that combo multiplier. But we can exit now, so it's nice.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
$1,000 polymer. That's nice as well. I think that cost us 7,500 to craft the Scimitar Avionics, I guess. Or whatever it was called. Oh, but this one's available, and Ananke was maybe defense mission. Oh, it's a capture. Yeah, let's showcase the Acolyte and hopefully we'll be able to kill it quite easily with the Broken War. Actually, am I using the Prime Treasure Bomb with this one? Yes, I am. So this is the build that I've been using. Viral because of how it affects the enemy after the armor has been depleted, I guess. So we'll do this Acolyte well only once because of how bad the drops are from him. I guess.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture,
And I think this counts as being a one tile, so there's no use in going to any of these closets. Hello.
Capture target has vital information that we will need to extract. We need our subject brought back alive.
Of course it has to be a damn nullifier target.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted.
But yeah, we're looking at a gas city Acolyte spawn. Can't say I'm a fan. These have so many hidden spawn locations for them. So it's going to take some time to go through them all. I think I was going through this far. Then I saw the capture target and decided to move faster. So this we did go through. Of course the permanent alert from capture target being captured is going to inconvenience me a bit in trying to locate that thing. Especially because it means that these nullifier units will have their bubbles on when they spawn instead of how it normally goes and only has the bubble activated when that unit itself is alerted to your presence, usually through some sort of perception related check. I don't see this room that often these days, but there are some secret locations of the sky here that I need to check to see if the light does in fact like to spawn up here. And Getting up to these locations used to be pretty damn terrible in hardcore 1.0. Especially given surface layers of the walls here. Okay, this did look like a bug. Graphical glitch, at least. And I'm glad to confirm it. I think this is the topmost layer. These locations usually spawn with Syndicate collectibles if this takes place in a Syndicate mission. I think I found 4 at least once in these locations. But you rarely get that thing anymore. Okay, so this is pretty poorly timed. Because my invisibility will wear off and I'll be alerted to his presence. So Torment has that behavior where he wants to do that water slide even when he cannot see you. Sometimes as a defensive measure, I guess. But yeah, that's the tactic that I use when I solo them. They don't really attack you back when you're invisible, nor do they really tend to use their abilities either. So when you equip a decent melee weapon and pump its attack speed as much as possible, including using the Berserk, maybe not the quickening because that costs energy, you want to maintain your energy levels, hopefully, so that you'll be able to use the invisibility if you need to. So then you just get close in and spam your melee button and it will go down pretty fast usually, depending on your melee weapon. On my main account I use the Prism or Prisma Dual Cleaver, which had an init base crit chance of 25%, so it really picks up speed from the Berserker mod when you put the Blood Rush in. And you'd end up seeing red crits on each hit with those weapons after a few hits when the combo multiplier picks up. But on this account I'm using the Broken War because it's a fast weapon that came with a catalyst. And it's not the Redeemer, so... and it has a pretty decent critical chance. So it functions well with the Berserker. And this was the build that I was using. I'm using mainly Slash and Viral because they're good against flesh. And Shatter Ring Back will take the Acolytes armor off, so it'll be completely taking flesh-based damage multipliers at that point, which is favorable to Slash and Viral, I think. I might want to confirm that at some point. But the violence might have spawned a pattern at Europa. Is that a... not at the capture mission, so we can solo it.
To find our target and bring them to
Sometimes these
happy hunting.
missions become pretty horrible to navigate when you want to find that hidden adept or acolyte somewhere. I had a few nightmare scenarios off camera. The Greenear Galleon is another layout that really has a tendency to endlessly expand, being very frustrating.
capture target
to
has
walk
vital
through.
information that we will need to extract. We need our subject brought back alive. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
Found the target, you say. So is it yet alerted to my presence? Now it is. Yeah. Look at him run. Luckily it didn't have too much
Mission complete.
a level on it.
Captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
I have to admit that I'm not too big of a fan of some of the capture targets based on how they operate, because they ignore Warframe abilities, they ignore crowd control. You are there, and once this invisibility resets, you'll be alerted to my presence and will probably start to dispel my invisibility. No? Okay. So we can hack you to pieces now. And that was unfortunate. I wasn't able to re-establish my invisibility because they are using, or violence itself is using a thing where abilities get dispelled. But this should be enough to get it killed. Yeah. So that's nice. Pretty fast completion, despite the adversity. Luckily capture missions can be completed pretty fast when you have the right RNG going for you.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base.
And another
Your part
shrapnel
is done
shot.
here, Tenno.
Right, these Acolytes spawning were part of the, I guess, Valentine's Day special. So I also bought
You
the
are here on a capture mission.
Valentine
You must
color
find,
palette
capture,
for
and
1
extract
credit.
our target.
It has hues of red and pink. Not that I really alter my color scheme that lot on this account. On my main account I did have a quite long period of time when I just colored everything in this kind of burgundy red, I guess,
Information that we will need to extract. We need our subject brought back alive.
as a form of protest to the developers because of how they only included a couple of colors for new players and the rest had to be bought with premium currency, with the exception of these periodic special deals such as the Valentine, Halloween, St. Patrick's, the 4th of July maybe. Yeah, I'm not critting at all, so I'm not getting bonus attack speed. No, I am.
You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors. Target located. Bring them in.
Oh, that was one hit KO. That's nice.
Excellent work.
I might have still had the combo that I built up fighting against the Acolyte. I'm not sure if I'm equipping the drifting contact on this weapon. It's a really good mod, so I might be. I'm not sure. But it might explain why the capture target went down with one air slash. Oh, come on, I just wanted your Roxy. Thank you.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted
Not
to
a
the
shrapnel
extraction
shots.
point. Well done.
I wonder if the developers were so devious as to make the violence mod drops unchanged from the previous time. And it still weighted heavily in favor of the more useless ones. I don't know. It's certainly plausible.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
And it's also something of shame because when they initially ran the Operation Shadow Depth, which introduced these Acolytes to the game, I wasn't too keen on gaining that maiming strike. I farmed for the Argon scope instead,
The capture target has vital information that we
and
will
I
need
got
to extract. We need our
3
sensors
Argon
for
scopes on
our
my main account. Because how they described the maiming strike to be was something like 90 crits for melee sliding attacks. But that conveyed across a meaning of plus 90% crit instead of actual plus 90 crit. Had I known that it was base crit on those attacks, then I would have tried to farm for it. That's interesting. I wonder if we gain a... Yeah, it got killed. Wonder where the mod went. It might have reset to the default location here. But I don't think that happened. Ah, that's a shame. Well, luckily I got that on camera.